Hey, hey, South Bay!
Hey, hey, South Bay! I'm Jeff Pollard at Jeff Pollard 11, and we have another great episode with another great guest. Who are you, and what are you about?
Hi, my name is Ronniee-Marie Ruggiero, and I am the founder of a nonprofit called ERIK'S WAY. ERIK'S WAY. And I founded it in 2020 during COVID, which is when the best thing is to start things. My husband had passed in 2019 from sarcoma, from undifferentiated sarcoma. And I just said, how can I support the cancer community and give back to this community that gave me so much during our 2-year journey? And yes, there's other organizations out there, but there were things missing based on experience. And so I started it by offering reading to kids who are on a wait list for another program. And I partnered them up, and it was via Zoom, but it wasn't just reading a book. It was, we would deliver either DoorDash, or if they were local, I would drop off like on their porch, goodies. Okay. So it was like books and baked goods, because you can't just read without a cookie or something. And so it started off like that. And that same December, we started our first holiday drive, where I like to be different, I realized. And instead of doing toys, we do gingerbread houses. And the idea is, how do we get our families to be able to work together and do something together, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow in this journey, and we want them to create memories. So we now do gingerbread houses, and it's been every child gets one. And last year we were able to collect so many donations that it's now everybody in the family gets one.
Oh, wow.
And why? Sometimes those houses break. Sometimes they want to have competition. Sometimes they take them to their family gathering, and great aunts and uncles and cousins and neighbors are all doing them with them. And so, and we also personalize. So like I had a family one year who, it was just her and her dog. She's like, I don't, and I was like, guess what? There are dog gingerbread houses out there. Oh, yeah. And we gave her a dog gingerbread house to go. And it was just because that's something she could do with her companion at the time, was the dog. So we just really focus on how do we support everybody. Okay. And so from there, our programs just, they have grown. We offer cancer support groups twice a month, Saturday mornings here at the office, where you can talk about cancer, you could talk about just the craziness of life, you could just sit and listen. It's open to anyone, and it's just a space. It's a safe space to come and chat. We do community events. Those are free for our families, but we also open it up to the community at only $5 a person. And the idea was, when Eric was sick, he didn't want people to know. So at the beginning, he was going to get better. So why let people worry about him and get sad and all that? And then, of course, when we realized that wasn't going to be the case, he just kind of like was quiet and didn't want people to know, because now he just needs to process. And sometimes you just don't want people to know your story, and you just want to be Ronniee-Marie or Jeff without Jeff with cancer, Ronniee-Marie with cancer. And so that's why we open it up to others in the community. So when they're sitting there, you don't know who they are unless they chose to.
Well, I'm sorry, Eric, but it sounds like your wife loves you too much. She's gonna blast you after. But to hear you correctly, it's, if people want to donate, if people want to help out, they're helping a family who has a cancer person in their current family, and you're helping in all these beautiful different ways, trying to unify it, try to make it feel normal, right? Trying to make life feel normal, try to give something without there just being this, like, being titled cancer, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and that's beautiful, that's great. To get into it though, like, because you mentioned all these great things happening, if somebody wants to help, what can we quickly do? How do we quickly find you? What do we...
So
How can we volunteer?
Oh yes, so that's always the question. We're working on like creating a really good volunteer program, because I'm like, people now want to come up and help, and I'm like, okay, I will figure that out. Let's do this. We've got this. we're on social media, Instagram and Facebook. Our website are great ways to get in touch with us. We also have a space that's open every Tuesday from 10 to 1. That was a goal, was to invite people to come in and just get to know us, talk with us, have a cup of coffee. So I have a volunteer who sits here and is eagerly awaiting people to come visit.
Say it again. What day and time can they come? And
Lisa is eagerly awaiting to meet new people on Tuesday from 10 to 1 at our office. You don't have to give anything. You don't have to just come and hear our story, talk with her. She's here to help our families and the community to come together for ERIK'S WAY.
And all information's gonna pop up. They have this one. We're actually in the building. Great little setup, and she has a friend who would love to hear, to talk to, and it's just one of those where it's like, stop by, make yourself present, make yourself known.
Yeah.
Is there like anything you are gonna accomplish? Any goals that you want to hit next? Because you mentioned how it's like you bring in food, you give food, you do little gingerbread stuff,
so
movie nights.
We do a lot. Our biggest thing, like not ongoing program, is we call it Nourishing Hope, and that's our non-perishable food pantry for our families. We have about 12 of our local families that come to pick up. And what's unique about us, again, based on my own experiences, is one, you tell me when you can come pick up your food. I give you options, and that's your monthly pickup day and time.
Okay.
And the reason is, oftentimes places offer food maybe during the middle of the day, and some of them are working or they're going through treatments, and so now they don't get because they can't make it. We also recognize that we're still human and we have like preferences for food, and we all don't like things. So we actually send out like a Google form with like a shopping list. Okay. So they get to do like, thinking of like, the one, like the cart one, right? Where the Instacart, so they kind of Instacart their food requests.
Yeah, okay.
And so they mark off what they want. There's always a space for, if there's something that you really want that's not on here, like let us know and we'll do our best to get that for you. So that's kind of fun. So if it's not donated, would you purchase? Yeah, so sometimes we'll purchase, or we'll say, or I put it out there on social media in text to friends, like, hey, we had a request for, olive oil. Yeah. Can someone donate a jar of, a container of olive oil? Okay. And then I also keep, because it's digital, I also have it forever. So it's like, if I don't get it this month, we could push for it for next month. Okay. So it's kind of nice because I think our families feel very, it's not a handout and it's not like, but they get to have this personalized shopping list, and it's kind of fun versus just here's a box and then they don't want some of the stuff. It's interesting because it's like a lot of them like the pasta, but they don't want the spaghetti sauce. Some don't like red sauce. Yeah. I have a family member who would only do butter. So. I mean, my daughter loves butter and cheese, so I got you there. But it's interesting because like what gets donated is pasta and spaghetti sauce. Okay. And if you go to some of these organizations, you will probably get pasta and spaghetti sauce in your box. Yeah. But now the family doesn't have an extra step of what do I do with the spaghetti sauce that we're not going to eat? Like, who do I give it to, or how do I, do I just toss it, or, so we really enjoy that, and that's an ongoing program that we always have a need for. We always have a need for non-perishable items. Is there, so you just said it in terms of there's always a need for that, but like, is there really, on the top of your head, popular items, perishable or non, that, we could be aware of? Just like, hey, this is really popular. You can't go wrong with this. Yeah, so we can't keep spices on our shelves. Really? So we do fancy things too. Like most places don't give spices. We offer salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, onion powder, and garlic powder. Okay. So some kind of basic seasonings, but they can't. Also, pancake mix. Most places probably don't give pancake mix, but again, we want our families to feel like it's just a normal day, and that's what they would pick up when they would go shopping. So that is another item that they love. Yeah. And so we just sometimes I'd be like, I'm sorry, we don't have it this month. And our families know. I mean, they still walk out of here with at least, if you average, about $75 worth of groceries.
Okay.
And right now we do it once a month, but if we had an influx of a ton of donations, we would love to do it at least twice a month.
Okay.
During the summers, we did, in June and July, we were able to do twice a month.
Okay.
Because we're like, kids are home and they're not getting the lunch and breakfast at school.
Yeah.
And, but that's not sustainable with what we normally collect.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's been a great addition to our program.
Perfect. Could you quickly tell us an idea of how a family can get involved? Not so much volunteer, but how much, if they want the services,
Yeah.
what's the process there?
So, super easy.
Okay.
On our website, we have a link to an intake form, and you just complete that form. And all it asks is who in the family, and we're asking for the person still to be in the home with you, right? That direct
Yeah.
link. Who in the family has been impacted by cancer.
Okay.
So is it mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle? Because we know that extended family also
Yeah.
live there. And then what stage are they in?
Okay.
So currently in treatment, remission, or like in Erik's case, unfortunately has passed away. That's really the only question. And it's like emergency contact. And then we ask, like, birthdays are really important. We give birthday boxes to our families, and every family member gets a handmade birthday card mailed to them. So they get nice mail, which is
mail in general.
yeah, nice mail. We actually have families from out of state who sign up for us just for that,
Okay.
just for a handmade birthday card.
Sure. Yeah.
So we ask for all those birthdays on there. We ask if you have pets, because we like, sometimes we get things for pets, and I need to know who has the cats and dogs and different things. And that's really it.
Yeah.
It's super simple, and when it comes through, then I get it. And if they're English speaking, I call them. I do a personal intake just to get to know them, see what kinds of communication they like, if texting's okay, and just kind of like tell them what we offer, make sure that's really what they're looking for, because sometimes maybe a friend signs them up or someone else, and so they don't know who we are, and so I just want to make sure they know. And then if they do speak Spanish, and our intake form is now in Spanish, I do have a couple volunteers who speak Spanish and help me out with that. So super easy.
I mean, Erik's Way, like, this is like a South Bay video. Obviously, people around the world would see this and stuff. But the important thing is as of this year, as of 2025, or just whatever, it's always going to be about community. This sounds like a beautiful, community-based nonprofit. Everything sounds, like communities helping communities. And so that's great. I really appreciate what you're doing here. I just want to kind of end it on a random one where it's like, if you could, make the world a little better, a little less stressful, do you have any advice you want to give to us?
It's funny, I think about that, and I think it's probably cliche, but it is just be nice to people, because you don't know what they're going through. I mean, again, Erik's story, he didn't tell people, which meant that he didn't want me to tell somebody, and he didn't want the kids to tell somebody, and so you don't know what they're going through. And so if you can just be nice, and and help out when you see somebody, like, just do it.
Okay, once again, could you just give your name and the website and everything else?
Ronniee-Marie Ruggiero for Erik's Way, and the website is eriksway.org.
All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you.